Hello everyone, SMA Watts here, and we are playing in a standard daily. We are playing Mono Black Devotion, and we are playing against JCool816, and we lost the toss and are waiting for him to make his decision on whether or not he would like to play first or not show up. Because that's really the two options we're waiting here. Alright, so he decided to play first. Alright, so we have a 3-lander with 3 removal spells and a Grey Merchant. Our opponent did mulligan. I think this is a keepable hand. I mean, there are obviously some decks this is terrible against. Like, if my opponent's playing, like, Esper Control, I kept a 4-card hand. Well, no, because Heroes Nightfall can kill Jace and Elspeth. I kept a 6-card hand. Just not 6 exciting cards. But if our opponent's playing, like, mono red, this is actually pretty good. And we have a Sacred Foundry on 1. But came into play tapped, so... Alright, well, let's find out what's going on. Alright, so he is playing, quite clearly, Burn. Let's go ahead and take the Boros Charm. And he has a Shock, a Chain to the Rocks, a Mountain. Alright, so... Devour Flesh, probably going to be suboptimal against him. Though, important to remember, we can always devour our own flesh, and we have been shocked. Alright, so our opponent has a Chain to the Rocks in their hand. Mutavault's a nice draw there because it enables us to start pressuring him, since he can't chain it to the rocks. Lightning Strike. It is possible our opponent might just rip enough burn off the top. I'd really like to draw an Underworld Connections here. Wow. Like a pro. Just blind call what I'm going to draw. Underworld Connections. The reason I want the Underworld Connections is that most likely... I'm going to get burned again. Shock. Okay. Like, I need to hit my 5th land to play Grey Merchant. So we're going to draw with our Underworld Connections. Even though our life is a very precious resource. We're going to go ahead and play Temple of Silence. We're going to bottom that. And we're going to go ahead and play the Lifebane Zombie. I know it doesn't... It's most likely not going to hit a... Alright, yeah, it's going to get chained to the rocks, but... We know he's sitting on Chain to the Rocks, Chain to the Rock... Okay. Chain to the Rocks... Did he play a land there? No, he didn't. So, Chain to the Rocks and Skullcrack and one unknown. Actually, ironically, because I know I have another turn, I'm going to go ahead and play another Underworld Connections on my Temple. Because I can gain the life. Because it enables me to set up for a 6-point Grey Merchant. Since I know he'd have to have... There's just not a way to do 10 burn. What are the odds of him being able to do... Is there a way to, with 3 cards... 3 cards, 8 burn, one of them is Chained to the Rocks. It's really unlikely. But I'm not going to draw the extra card there, specifically because I don't know, like, what I would do with it. Grey Merchant. We get Skullcracked, which is a big game there. Wait, did I know we had the Skullcrack? I did. Okay. So we're probably going to end up... Ooh, that actually tapped us down lower than I thought it did. So we may... Boros Charm. He's got a Chain to the Rocks. I thought he'd used his Skullcrack when he actually used a shock. Play Temple of Silence. We really don't need Bile Blight. We're going to bottom that. And we're going to attack with Grey Merchant. So what we're going to end up having to do is we're going to have to Devour Flesh our Grey Merchant. Play a Nightveil Specter. Play a land and say go. This is probably getting chained to the rocks. I really can't afford to use Thoughtseize. All right, so we're going to go ahead and Hero's Downfall that. Pack Rat's probably the right call here. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough mana. I maybe shouldn't have done that. All right, so potentially this may be a mistake. But we're going to go ahead and Pack Rat, discard Thoughtseize because it's just dead. All right, well, we got lucky there. Pack Rat, discard Swamp. And turn on Mutavault. And attack for lethal. I mean, it's technically he doesn't have to take lethal. But he's at 2. We have Pack Rats. We're just going to take the 2. Devour our own flesh. Whew, that was a tight game. All right. So we definitely want Whip of Erebos. I think we want Duress. We're going to take out Bile Blight and need to take out one more card. I think we take out one Hero's Downfall. He's just not playing enough creatures to make it super worthwhile. Actually, let's go up to 3 Duresses. Yeah. So we have a turn 1 Thoughtseize. We have 3 draws. Oh, Fire Drinker Satyr. He is way more aggressive than I thought he was. Alright, so we take his only spell. And he is just all in. Dang it. I'm a little surprised he kept a 5-land. And attack with Mutavault. Alright. Well, let's get rid of his Satyr. Pack Rat. Like, if he doesn't just have the snap removal spell for the Pack Rat. Boros charm me for 4? Ow. So best draw, I think, is a Mutavault here. Unless I'm just dead. So I have to chump with my Pack Rat. Nope, no, I'm just dead. Okay. Wow. That was a pretty vicious exchange. So he's playing more creatures than I thought he was. Duress is actually not as good. Hero's Downfalls should be Doomblades, though. Actually, I think they should be Pharika's Cures and Doomblades. Yeah. Yes, I'd like to play first. We are totally. This is actually a really reasonably strong hand. I mean, we have lands, and we can play almost all of our spells. There are no 1-drop. Our opponent mulled to 5. Yeah, we're just good. Hopefully he plays a creature here that we can cure. Play a Nightveil Specter, which sort of forces him to throw a burn spell at our Specter. Or a Chain to the Rocks. We are really quite okay with him chaining our Specter, since that means he's less likely to have a second chain for our Demon. And 4th turn, Demon on a mull to 5, just good enough. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll join me for the next round.